How many times have you said the word sorry today? If you're like most people, the answer is probably a lot. Sorry means feeling regret, sympathy, pity, and so on. The only problem is we use it the wrong way. Research shows that women tend to over-apologize more often than men. But no matter your identity, psychologists caution that saying sorry all the time can undermine your authority and self-esteem. If you're a chronic apologizer, it's time to switch it up. Here are 10 ways to stop saying sorry and say what you really mean. Number 1. Catch yourself in the act. Before you change your habit of over-apologizing, you have to become aware of when you apologize and why. Try to notice when sorry comes out of your mouth during times when you actually haven't done anything wrong. You can do this by asking a trusted friend or colleague to point it out to you, or even having a day where you write down a tick mark every time you say it. Number 2, think about why you apologize. Has sorry become a filler word? Maybe it gives you something to say when you aren't sure what else to say, or maybe it's a way of dealing with anxiety or lack of confidence in certain situations. Understanding why you have to apologize all the time will help you identify situations for which you could brainstorm some other words and phrases to have in your arsenal instead. Number 3, say thank you, not sorry. This is especially helpful at work or in other places where saying sorry might come off less authoritative. Thank you makes you look confident. Instead of sorry, here are some examples you can use. Instead of sorry for being late, say thank you for waiting. Instead of sorry for the late notice, say I'm so glad you could make it. Instead of sorry for complaining, say thanks for listening. Instead of sorry for the mistake, say thank you for catching that. Number 4, use a different word. For example, when you need something at a restaurant or want to reach in front of someone at a grocery store to grab an item, do you automatically apologize? If so, you may be using sorry at a default. So try to use some replacement words such as pardon, excuse me, after you, oops. Number 5, focus on solutions. We all make mistakes, and apologizing when we really mess up is a good idea. But you don't need to jump straight to sorry every time there is a minor mishap. In situations at work or even conversation with friends and loved ones, it can be helpful and more proactive to lead with what you're going to do to fix the problem. In these situations, try saying these alternatives. I hear you and I'm going to. Then you list the actions you plan to take. I hear you and I'm going to change, for example. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I am going to work on it. This didn't go as planned, but I'm going to make it right. Can you give me feedback on how I can do this differently? Number 6, ask a question. Sometimes we use sorry as a way of getting someone's attention, as in, sorry, but I have a question. The only problem is that beginning your sentence with an apology has the potential to make you sound more passive or make others see you as less authoritative. Instead of defaulting to apologizing whenever you have something to say, try these alternatives. Instead of saying sorry to bother you, say, is now a good time to talk? Instead of saying sorry for interrupting you, say, can I expand on that? Instead of saying sorry for getting in the way, say, can I squeeze past you? Instead of saying sorry but I have a question, say, is now a good time for questions? Number 7, ban sorry from your emails. It's true that the word sorry can slip out without notice, but over emails you have the opportunity of more time to think about what you really want to say. Take advantage of that by banning the word sorry from all communication. After you write an email, read it quickly and delete every instance of sorry or other passive language and replace it with some of the words or phrases you've been given. It's a small step that can go a long way towards making you sounding more self-assured. Number 8, practice empathy, not sympathy. Sorry is a go-to word when something bad happens to someone else, but it isn't always the best word. Sorry conveys sympathy and it focuses on how the speaker feels rather than the recipient. Because the word is so overused, it can sometimes sound insincere. Instead of jumping right to sorry in these situations, practice empathy by acknowledging the other person's feelings over yours. Some examples to show empathy include, that must have been really difficult. I know you're really hurting right now. Thank you for trusting me with this. What can I do to make this easier for you? Number 9, prep before important conversation. If you know ahead of time where you might be going into a tough conversation and where you might be tempted to over-apologize, then you must prepare. For example, if you need to talk to a boss about a problem at work, think about how the conversation might go and choose a few sorry alternatives. Practice what you say ahead of time. When alternative words and phrases are fresh in your mind, they will be easier to remember and work into the conversation naturally. Number 10, get an accountability partner. It might be easier to change your habit if you have a little help. If you have a friend, partner, or colleague that you trust, let them know you're trying to delete sorry from your vocabulary and see if they're willing to help by privately pointing out when they hear you over apologize. And knowing they're on the lookout might motivate you to change your ways even more. After a while, your sorry habit will be a thing of the past. Sorry? Not sorry. Thanks so much for watching Colin's pronunciation tips. If you really got value from this video, please don't forget to hit on the like button and also subscribe to my channel by hitting on the red button below. You can also hit on the notification button so you can get more content when I upload new videos. And if you have any comment, please drop your comment in the comment section below. I'm gonna say right now, goodbye, see you next time, and peace.